Kane is in the building.
I'm Tom Kiss, the Inland Insider. Fred Robledo is joining me tonight, and tonight's game features two of the top two teams in this league, which what some people might say this is already the league championship, Fred.
Well, Covina beating San Dimas last week, Tom, that was a big step for Covina. If they win tonight, I think the road to the league championship is pretty easy. You know, Northview still got to go through San Dimas later in the year, but for all intents and purposes right now, this is the league championship game. And, you know, for Covina, Tom, they haven't won this game in 5 years against Northview. Northview's riding an 18-game winning streak in league. You know, it's kind of a mental ownership. Kind of reminds me of the 90s when UCLA won like 8 in a row against USC, you know, and you just didn't know when they were going to get it done. Covina's in that spot. It's been a while. 5 in a row. They want to end that tonight.
Or in the 2000s when USC was always beating UCLA. You know, both teams have outstanding quarterbacks. Senior Stephen Comstock and sophomore Nin Burns. Who has the edge here Friday night?
Well, you'd have to say Comstock, Tom. I mean, he's never lost to Covina. He started it since his freshman year, and I think he's on a mission. I don't think he liked the way last year ended, you know, losing in the playoffs. They've won league championships, and I think he's looking at the big picture now, and he's got to get to Covina. It's hard for me to imagine him in his senior year losing this game after he's dominated the first 3 years.
You know, defensively, when we look at these two teams, Northview is led by Nico Marasco, 49 tackles on the year. Covina has Zahir Parker, Ayalova, Tuavajo. Are these guys going to be able to have are they going to be able to stop these offenses?
Well, that's the key, Tom, of these defenses. What are they going to do? Both offenses can move. I think the problem for Covina is going to be Comstock's kind of a real dual-threat quarterback. You know, when he doesn't have something, he can get up and run, and he's a physical runner, so it's going to be difficult for them.
And lastly, Fred, what does Northview have to do? They won this Vala Vista League last year. What do they need to do to win this game tonight and possibly win
league? I think
league?
they just got to keep that mental ownership they've had over Covina. You know, you can't underestimate that, Tom. That's a big edge. I think they've got to keep Covina from scoring first or getting out to a lead. If Northview scores the first touchdown and gets out to a lead, you know, they might be able to step on the gas and do something. So you're going to have to watch who gets out of the lead and who controls that momentum early.
Two teams that are undefeated in this league. Who will come out victorious? We'll have highlights. We'll have interviews coming right at you. Testing. Lots of scoring in this game tonight, starting with quarterback Stephen Comstock. He gets a big gain here. All the way down to the Covina 33. Next play, 30 yards out. He bulls his way through defenders into the end zone. Northview Vikings take a 7-0 lead. Covina would get some great plays from both of their sophomores. Eric Cuellar here, number 34, gains 15 yards. Then in the red zone, Nin Burns ties the game for the Colts, 7-7 in this hotly contested Vala Vista League game tonight. Comstock again on the ground, 35 more yards. Down to the 22-yard line. They would work it down to the 1, and Comstock gets a second touchdown of the game. Covina trailing 14-7 at this point. Give the ball back. The Vikings, once again, Comstock running it out of his own end zone. He rushed for 230 yards on the night. It would set up his third TD eventually. It would be a short run, and 21-7 lead at this point. And then just before the half, Comstock in his own end is going to connect with Damian Thompson. He eludes defenders into the end zone just before halftime, scoring 28-7, Northview in the lead. Second half action. Covina starting to get some big plays, and Eric Cuellar gets one of the biggest ones on the night, 75 yards into the end zone. He finished with 189 yards rushing, cutting the lead to 28-14, but the Vikings also had a big runner on the night. That would be Joseph Castillo Jr. This 80-yard touchdown run was the biggest one for him. 35-14 at this point. 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Nin Burns going to work, fighting. 4 yards. He gets the ball down to the 10-yard line. Then he's going to connect on a short pass. This touchdown cuts the lead to 35-21. After getting the ball back, it's going to be Cuellar once again. Running through the Northview defense, gets the ball down into the red zone, and from there, he would run it in from 2 yards out, and all of a sudden we have a 35-28 ball game, but the Vikings ground game was just too strong tonight. Castillo finishes the scoring with this 50-yard touchdown run. Northview moves to 2-0 in league. Covina is 1-1 after a 42-28 victory. Coach, big win for you guys. You dominate them, but it was a close game. Talk about that second half.
You know what? I'm sure, Covina went in at half and made some adjustments. And, they're a good football team. They played good, and, they're going to continue to play. This is a rivalry. They're not going to give up.
What do you think was the difference in that game?
Well, I think we're just a little bit better than them still, and we're going to continue to keep working, and we're not going to let them close that gap.
Scary moment for you guys when your quarterback went down. What happened on that play?
Oh, he just got a little cut on his finger, and, he was fine. He's just part of the game.
Looking forward to you guys down the rest of the season. What does this team need to do to get better?
Well, we talk about it every day. We got to tackle, we got to run on the ball, we got to block, and we do those little things, and we'll be just fine.
Coach, not the way you guys wanted this to go. What was the difference in the ball game for you guys?
Number 15 on their side. He was a difference maker. And we just, like I said before, second quarter's been a problem for us. Last week we were up 15-0. We gave up 2 scores. This week we gave up 3 scores in the second quarter, or 2 more scores to make it, that 28-7 deficit. That's just a little too much to come back. So I got to reevaluate what I'm doing and try to better prepare us for that, second quarter after that first quarter momentum.
You guys did make it close, cutting it down to 35-28, but then they just pulled away. What was the difference?
Yeah, they just, our kid kept popping them, and then their kid kept popping them. We just kind of traded back and forth a little bit. But, yeah, just like I said, when they needed something, 15, they put it in his hands, and he did a great job. I give him credit. He's a great kid. But I give our kids credit, too. They battled the whole time. We've played well in the second half all year. Like I said, we just got to play 4 quarters, so clean that up a little bit, and we'll be okay.
Steve, big win for you guys tonight. It's a rivalry game, and you guys pull it out. What are your thoughts right now?
What a team effort. We did great. Our offensive line did great. The running backs did great. Receivers did great. We shot ourselves in the foot a couple times, got a few penalties that set us back, but overall we executed very well. The defense came up with good stops, and, we just rolled. It felt like a really good team win.
Scary moment for you in the second quarter with your hand. Talk about that injury.
I just got caught inside a helmet and scraped it up a little bit. I knew that I had to come off. I didn't know if it was broken or not. I got it stuck inside the face mask, so it was a little freaky. I got all the skin taken off and taped it all up, so I was ready to go in the next series and keep it going. Come in here and pound them really quick and just get that win. I believe that once we scored on them, jumped up on them quick, it was over. But they did have a little surge in the second half, which was a little scary. But we knew if we stuck to the play calling that we'd have a good outcome.
Well, that's going to help you guys down the line. You're going to run into some tough teams in the CIF playoffs. Yes, you got to have that resiliency to bounce back, and it seemed like your defense and your offense did bounce back, correct?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we did. It was a great team win. Our defense came up with great stops. We could have had a few interceptions, which we need to work on, but man, we had a few last week that were really big. So we just need to execute and just keep doing what we're doing. Playing that Viking brand of football, which Coach always says. That's what we need to do. We just need to execute, play the way we play, and go out there and get wins. That's all we're worried about.
Big win for Northview tonight. Let's talk about some of the runs that you were making out there. Talk about especially the last touchdown run.
Well, first of all, I want to thank God, and the coach called me in because we really needed a score, and just gave me the ball and made big plays.
You know, in a rivalry game like this, how hyped up were you guys, especially knowing that there was some momentum that Covina had? You guys have beat them about 4 or 5 in a row. Talk about that.
I mean, well, this is my first year here because I transferred. So, I mean, I knew this game was going to be big because, you know, I'm a senior and we wanted to win big. And, you know, that's it.
What does this team need to do to get better? I mean, obviously, you're going to play some tough teams in CIF. You gave up a lot of points tonight. What do you guys need to do?
We just need to work as a team. Defense, we just need to work on a couple of things. You know, we had a couple of misfires, but, you know, defense needs to work as a team, and that's it.
Northview gets the win, 42-28 over their rival. 4 years in a row for Stephen Comstock. His team goes to 2-0. Covina falls to 1-1. From Covina District Field, this is Tom Kiss reporting for the Southern California Newspaper Group.